Hello friends, in this video we're going to discover this Meross Smart Sprinkler Timer. Welcome to this new video. Now Meross finally released this European version of the sprinkler timer. They had already the US version since last year and I finally have it to test. So as you can see, it has quite some features with a solid brass in and outlet, which make it really durable and which makes it also compatible with all outdoor faucets. You have remote access, of course. You can configure a watering plan. There is a smart weather skip which uses hyperlocal weather, which should be really nice as it automatically skips the watering when there's rain forecasted. So I'm really curious to check that one out. You can monitor the usage of the watering, and of course it is water saving as you will skip to the watering as soon as it rains. Now you need a hub, and the hub is this new MSH 400 that replaces the MSH 300. This one is backwards compatible with all the devices that were connected to this one. So we'll come to check that out as well. The main difference is that you have a speaker built in, as you can see here. So that means that you can have an alarm setup for certain occasions. Now of course it is compatible with all the standard smart home environments. And it works over Wi-Fi. Now, first, let's see what's in the box. You can see the box came a little bit bruised, but that should be no problem. You have the user manual in English, German, and Polish. The manual looks very clear with a lot of images, but in my opinion I use Meross products for several years now, and the setup procedure is really easy as the apps guide you through step by step. Then in the box itself we have this PTFE tape to make it watertight. And we have the unit itself. It feels quite heavy even without the batteries. Personally, I don't really like the white color. I think outdoors it will stick out a lot, but almost all Meross products are white. But I would have preferred black for outdoor, but that's my personal opinion. There's only one button, so I guess it is to operate it manually. And then for the hub, there again, it comes with a user manual. We have the hub itself with the home kit code. And then there's this USB-A to USB-C cable. And they provide, as always, the power plug, which is nice as a lot of products nowadays are shipped without power plug. So you can see it is CE certified. It has a 1 amp output, so it's only for normal charging, no fast charging. Now the sprinkler timer comes without batteries. You have to provide the batteries yourself. It takes 4 AA batteries, and the batteries should be good for 1 year of usage. It is advised to take this kind of device indoors as soon as it's freezing outdoor, so I will only use it in the spring and summertime, and in fall I will take it inside and remove the batteries. They advise to use some kind of screwdriver as leverage, because the watertight seal can make it hard to remove. There you go. Now we'll connect the hub to a power source and then we jump into the setup procedure in the Meross application. So the hub is plugged in and the LED light is blinking green-orange. So there's the Meross application. You can see that my Meross Hub 2 is offline. That was the MSH 300. Now we add a new device. And we'll add a smart sprinkler timer. We can watch the installation video if we want, but just proceed. Choose your hub. So I'm using the MSH 400, but you can also use the MSH 300, or you can also use the MSH 450 that I already have as well. So I could skip this procedure and connect it directly to the MSH 450, which also is quite near. But I will replace the MSH 300 anyway, as its new hub is better, and it's always good to have several hubs in the house, so you have a backup plan for all your devices. So here you can choose to add your hub first, or you can skip this one if you have already installed a hub. So I don't. Proceed. The LED light is blinking. Go on. Now we can scan the HomeKit code. Add the bridge to home. And choose where it is. So it's in the kitchen. So on the hub, the light is solid green, so I have to press the button twice to make it blink. Now it blinks. I've already put the batteries inside of the sprinkler timer. Now the LED light isn't blinking yet, so let's press it twice as well. And it's blinking. And it is paired. And now I can install it on the outdoor faucet. Now here I can see my new hub, and here I can see my sprinkler timer. So for the settings, let's see what we have. With the name, the model number, version, not default duration. We can set the default durations up to 24 hours, so that's great. If you use it to water your garden, for instance, 50 minutes would be a little bit short. But if you use it for a dripping system or a sprinkler system, then 5 minutes should be great. Water consumption, you can follow up all your water consumption for the last week, month or year. So here you can measure how much water is flowing through, and therefore you have to put a bucket with a known volume, which is bigger or the same as 11.36 liters. And then you fill it, and as soon as it's done you stop it. So that's a new wizard to follow. I'll do that later on. Then smart weather. It requires the location, the units, metric system, the power, and notification. So yeah, that are really great notifications. So smart weather skip when it's done watering, when there is a problem with the weather station, when there's a problem with the water flow, when the battery is almost empty, when there's an error in the device itself, and a water guardian. That's it for the settings. Now we can also set a plan. Now for the watering itself, we have the play button. So we're going to install it right here next to this sprinkler system. You can just hear it turning on. So that should take about 5 minutes. So in the meantime, I can install the Meross sprinkler on this side. And then we will also do the test. This is a bucket with a water scale, so it should hold up 12 liters. So now we can set up the flow as well. First remove this adapter. I'll put a little bit of the tape on top. Really nice that they provide it as well. And now we can install the sprinkler just by turning the brass ring. Don't over tighten. Just turn it with your hand. Now you can see for the statics, the white really stands out. So black would have been cleaner, I think. Now in order to connect a water hose on it, we fix the adapter back on. There's the 12 liters bucket under it. And then we return to the Meross application. We see the alert over here. Now let's go to the settings. Default time, let's set it on 5 minutes as my other sprinkler. And then the water flow meter. So my bucket is a 12 liter bucket. Go on. So now I have to tap this button in order to let escape all the air from the pipes. So that's okay. Go on. Now we tap play again. And we have to stop it manually as soon as the bucket is full. I already have 10 liters, 11 liters and 12. So that was really quick. So we've configured the water flow. Here you can see the water usage already as well. And for the smart weather, here you can see the weather source. So there are aggregated weather data, or you can use a weather station. So weather station. So you can use national weather stations, or you can use personal weather stations. But I think all those are quite far away. So 24 kilometers can be quite different. So let's choose aggregated. And then for the settings itself, here we have the threshold for rain, so that's 3.2 millimeters. And it's really nice that they explain in the same time what that means. So 1.6 would really little rain, 3.2 millimeters light rain, average rain, heavy rain. This when it's raining cats and dogs. Let's set it to 3.2. Then the limit for frost. So if the temperature drops below 2.0 degrees Celsius, it won't sprinkle either. And then you have also for wind. So here it is 40.2 kilometers an hour. And it's really nice that they explain that means when the trees are sweeping. This is average wind, low wind. This is when you can't walk normally. A stormy wind and this heavy storm. So let's leave that on average wind as well. Now let's go see it in the home application. and it is put in the same location as my hub. So let's change that right away. So average time is well set. Now of course it's in the garden. Now both are installed and connected to HomeKit. Now I'm really curious to see the reaction time of both and the water flow. So first let's activate the left one. And now let's activate the Meross one. So for the timing and reaction time, I think the Meross needed a fraction of a second longer to activate, but to stop both they reacted right away. The water flows are quite different. I know that the Eve has a water consumption of 18 liters a minute. The Meross had a water consumption of 29 liters a minute. I'm especially curious to see how stable the connection is. My experience with Meross devices is that they are really stable. I rarely have connection loss. With the other sprinkler, I have to reset everything, I think twice a season, where it has a connection error and I have to do the whole setup and program again. So that's quite frustrating. So if the Meross device is more stable, I think that will be my next device to go on. Now for the price, it comes at about 60 euros on the Meross website. If you use my reduction voucher that you can find in the video description, then you even have 10% discount. It's good to know that the Meross device remembers your programmation. So if you set up a water program and it loses internet connection, as long as the device holds enough battery, it will continue to water your plants even if there's no internet connection. Now we go back to the application itself. Here we can set a watering plan. So add. So if you want to only water on specific days, you can choose it right here. So let's say I want to water every day at 9:15 for 5 minutes. Okay. Here we can see all the days that it will water. Go on. Okay, skip for rain, frost and wind. Okay. Let's try watering the bamboo. Okay. And that's great. Here we can also post the watering plan. So that's really good to know. I can also add another plan right here with the plus. And here is spraying daily. And here you can also set a time, duration, but here you have to set for how long time. So if you go on for a holiday and you only want to water then you can choose, for instance, the duration of your holiday. Now further in the application we have the history. So you see everything I've done so far. And here you can see the planning. And that's also nice that you can skip specific days. So if you know it's going to rain a specific day, or you can simply skip it. It's a really nice solution as well. As you can see, the sprinklers did work. So that's it for the Meross sprinkler timer. Overall, I think it is nice made, good build quality. Nice that you get the tape included with it as well. I really like the setup wizard and the options in the applications. Nice that you can skip days up front, so you don't have to worry about it any longer, and that it skips automatically by itself. based on the local weather. The thing I like less is the white color. I think it really stands out outside. I would prefer have it black, but maybe there's a good reason why they made it white. So thank you, Meross, for sending me this product to show it on my channel. If you like to buy it yourself, please check out the link and the reduction code in my video description. Drop me a comment. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the very next video. Bye bye.